Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing the third video of psychoanalysis series. We are going to do the concepts of Jacques Lacan, real, mirror and symbolic. Real, mirror, symbolic, these he has called to be the three stages of every person's personality. Jacques Lacan I'll call to be the second famous figure after Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud so is considered to be the father of psychoanalysis, and Jacques Lacan is sometimes referred to as French Freud. Born 1901, died 1981, was a very major figure in Parisian intellectual life and a great figure in history of psychoanalysis. He has given three phases of life or three registers of life, imaginary, symbolic, and the real, which dominate our lives. Let us understand in brief and then we will go for each of these terms in detail. Let us talk about real first. What is real? We are born and we really do not know about ourselves. How do we operate and we belong to whom, who is mother, who is father, who is parent. We feel that everything is quite natural and we are a part of universe. So this is real. We are derivative of our senses, and imaginary is derived from perceptual and fantasized mental process, and the symbolic is derived from culture and through language. So first thing, real, in our very initial stage of life, you can say life of approximately initial years, 1 year, 1.5 year maximum, when we think that we are part of this universe and we do not have any concept of ourself as a different person, ourself or identity, we do not have any concern of. Imaginary, when a person starts to see in the mirror and is fantasized about the mental process and comes to know about his or her identity. And symbolic is when we start understanding the world with the help of the cultural understanding and with the help of the language. We will go for the real first. 1953, this term was given by Jacques Lacan. The concept marks the state of nature from which we have been forever served. So we see everything in a very natural form. The real, for example, continues to erupt whenever we are made to acknowledge the materiality of our existence. We do feel some pain, some hunger, or any kind of feel. We associate real to ourselves and to every person around us, to all the environment around us, and we do not even know why we are born, who we are, what changes we can make to the people around us, why people around us are there with us, and everything is taken in a very real sense that this is like this and this cannot be changed. The real is all that cannot be symbolized and that is excluded from the symbolic and imaginary register, which we will study further in this video. Before and soon after a baby is born and has not yet acquired words of or language, it is living entirely in the real register. The boy, the girl, newborn infant has not learned anything, any word, and they are completely pure, completely natural, completely real. As soon as it learned to say mama, maybe some other words also in some cases, and other signifiers, the baby has begun to take part in the symbolic register that makes a cut in the real. That means the baby is making some change to this natural world through language. And as soon as the baby learns the language, he is moving from real to symbolic. Now comes this beautiful mirror stage. In 1936, Lacan presented a paper to International Psychoanalytical Association in Marienbad, Germany on the mirror stage of development. He said human beings are born in an immature state, or you can say very innocent state, only gradually being able to walk and talk, and Lacan wondered how children develop their relationship to their bodies. Now, when a child sees himself herself in mirror, he identifies, oh, is it me? Right? So children between ages 6 and 18 months identify with their images in a mirror, and that this gives the child the jubilant perception of itself as a whole and complete. He or she identifies, it is me. How do I look? Which color suits me? Slowly and steadily they start identifying themselves. After listening to this mirror stage, I do recall one line by Gulzar, आईना देखकर तसल्ली हुई हमको इस घर में जानता है कोई. So it is just like that कि when a child sees the aina, the mirror, they know that they do exist. And here comes the symbolic stage. In 1950s, he developed the symbolic thing. Can you see these symbols? Do these symbols make you recall something? Yes, peace. Pigeon is a symbol of peace, and this symbol itself represents peace. So this is kind of a language. You see something, you listen to some words, and you are able to get the meaning out of it. That is what symbolic means. Whereas the imaginary is all about equations and identifications, the symbolic is about language and narrative, how you understand people around you through symbols, through languages. Once a child enters into language and accepts the rules and dictates of society, it is able to deal with others. Our parents have often already selected a name for us. We start identifying that name. We learn the language of our family. We take part in our family's traditions and rituals. This is what I will call to be culture. Even a vision of our future has often been mapped out for us. Are we not asked in our childhood, बच्चे बड़े होकर क्या बनोगे? So this is what symbolic is. It is no accident that the children of musicians, physicians, and even morticians often follow in their parents' career. And the children of actor, which we call nepotism these days, they tend to become actors. It is only because of their symbolic world around them. They do understand, they do delve only into the things that they know perfectly. So no wonder that children adopt the profession of their parents. Let us revise all these. Real. Real is perfect unity, no language. The child thinks that I belong to nature, nature belongs to me, everything around me is for me. For example, real is the stage in which only the needs are felt. For example, the needs of milk. Next, when the person sees himself, herself, then he has uh, her own his own identity in his or her mind, sense of self, you can say. And this is the time when demand arises. Children around 6 or 18 months show too much tantrums. You can be able to recall if there is any child around you of this age, they show too much tantrums only because they have identified that they do exist and they are a separate entity. Symbolic. The symbolic order is the place of adulthood. Adulthood, when we know language, law, too many things around us, then it reaches to desire. Since self is other than a sustained and never ending lack. So this desire is because of language, demand is because of self-identification, and need is because of complete ignorance about anything else other than maybe we and people around us. So by now we have covered three concepts of psychoanalysis: real, mirror, and symbolic by Jacques Lacan, and interpretation of dreams, which was part 2 of this series by Sigmund Freud, and ego and superego again by Sigmund Freud. So these three are going to be very important topics, very important part of any literary criticism subject, be it for any particular university or be it for any competitive exam. So do not forget to cover these three videos, all the three videos, so that you can be perfect in this topic, psychoanalysis. So that is it for this part of the video. I hope you understood all the concepts very well in a detailed manner, and you will be able to write about these in your examination. To cover all the topics in more detail and to get the live interaction with the faculty, with your fellow classmates, and to appear for tests and to get daily PDFs, you can join the classes. Thanks for watching. Best of luck for exams, and please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel.